3 months ago, I started a house job thinking medical school had prepared me. It hadn't. These past 3 months have been exhausting, humbling, and unforgettable. Hi guys, welcome back. Oh, God, I beg. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Thames, the YouTuber. You guys, I know it's been a long time, and I know that I've been trying to be consistent actually, but it's so hard to do so in this house job. Like, I don't think I can even explain to anybody, but you guys, I'm here to tell you guys that I've completed 3 months of house job. So I'm going to be like sharing my experience with everybody, like how I felt, the things I did, and in fact just like literally just my journey, like my experience so far for these 3 months. So I'm going to be using my phone as a guideline so that I won't miss anything out. In house job, we have surgery, medicine, obstetrics and gynecology, then pediatrics. So we have to do these 4 departments. So the first department that I started with was surgery. And then in surgery, in some places you will do like maybe like 1 unit for 1 month, but yeah, it's really different. I did 6 units in total. So I started with general surgery. I was there for 3 weeks. Then I went to ENT. I was there for 1 week. Then I went to orthopedics. I was there for another 3 weeks. I then went to pediatric surgery. I was there for 2 weeks. I went to plastic surgery. I was there for 2 weeks, and then I ended with CTU. I was there for 1 week. So in total, I spent 12 weeks in surgery. You spend 12 weeks in every department. When I started house job, I started with general surgery, and I was very new to this whole house job thing, and I was actually very scared. But because I was new, like my seniors, the registrar, the senior reg, they were very nice to me, and they like took things like little by little. So I wasn't really pressured. Like, well, let's say they pampered me. So I felt very welcome. I felt calm. I felt good, honestly. So I feel like I'm very grateful that that was the unit I actually started with, because they were so nice. As of that time, I had not done anything, sighting of line, doing blood transfusion. I had not done anything because I was still scared, and I just kept on like watching the other house officers and the registrars do all that, because I was like trying to learn. I know I was meant to like put myself out there, but I was still too scared because I don't know, I'm just, house job is telling me that okay, this is real life now, and I was not yet like in terms with that. So general surgery, I saw a lot of cases. Like that was I saw a lot of breast cancers, and I felt like that unit made me sad because but once you see a cancer patient, like most of the time they usually present very dead. They present when it's like when it has already metastasized, when it has metastasized. Yeah, so there's usually like nothing much you can do for them, and it's just really sad. And so that was it. General surgery was nice. They were very welcoming. It was nice. Surgery was cool. I learned things at like my own pace. So then I moved to ENT. ENT was for 1 week. So like I don't think it's abnormal that I didn't really learn much in ENT, because I was there for just 1 week. So there was nothing much. To be honest, I didn't learn anything much. There's nothing much to learn. And I was also the only house officer in ENT at that time. So I didn't really learn much. I just like picked like a few things, like, oh, you're not supposed to use cotton bud in your ears. You're meant to, if you want to clean your ear, you do. And you like put like 2 or 3 drops of olive oil, and that's how you clean your hair. You don't have to be doing all of that. But I honestly don't think I can get myself to stop using cotton bud, because I can't imagine putting olive oil in my hair. Like, how would that feel like? So yeah, there are also other things that I learned. Ear syringing, ear flushing, the common ear infections and how they are managed, the medications that they give. And one thing I noticed in this house job, in this surgery to be specific, because that's what I've done, is that every unit have like their peculiar drugs. Like General surgery, they have the drugs that they normally prescribe to their patients. Like every unit you enter, it's always different. Like it's always different. Like there's always something that is just peculiar to each unit. So it's really not easy sharp. After like learning the dosages of like specific drugs, you move to another unit and then you are using completely different drugs to completely different dosages. You now have to start like learning that one from the beginning again, and then you might even forget what you had learned from the other unit, like the other dosages. After ANT, I went to orthopedics. Orthopedics was very nice. Although at the beginning, like I've never had interest in orthopedics, so I really didn't want to be there. Until my registrars called me out and they were like that it's so obvious that I'm not putting interest and it's not supposed to be so. Then I now like started putting in efforts and like trying to be involved, and I ended up being interested. But then I was not like really contemplating that orthopedics woman, like I'm not somebody that has strength, and I'm a slim girl. I don't believe that I will survive in orthopedics. Like I just feel like it's a lot of work. Like you actually need a lot of energy to be an orthopedic surgeon. And that was how one time the consultant was like trying to like encourage us girls to like go into orthopedics. It was like that if you're a girl and you want to be an orthopedic surgeon, that you get $5,000. They will sponsor your training outside the country just because you're a female choosing to do orthopedic surgeon. So choosing to do orthopedic surgery, that was enticing, but I don't think that was enough for me. It was just it was a lot. But I'll say I don't know about other centers, but the let's say the orthopedic family in FMC Asaba, they're very nice, like very welcoming, very calm, very reserved, very friendly. Like yeah. So I think that's what I'm going to say. I don't know about other people's experiences, but from my experience in orthopedics and general surgery too, like these two specifically, they were very, very chill. Like it was very, very nice. And I think it was in orthopedic surgery. It was when I was in orthopedic surgery that I started lying for the first time. I started lying for the first time. I did blood transfusion for the first time. And you guys, these experiences were they were scary, but when I got the hang of it, it was so beautiful. Like I was so happy that I could finally like do these things, because before I was so terrified. I saw it as a very hard thing, but you guys, it's not that hard, it's not that bad. It was actually very, very nice. I'm so happy. You guys will be seeing that. Okay, I know my older doctors or maybe my fellow associates will be like, that it's not a big deal. Yeah, it's not a big deal, but it was a big deal for me. And then like I was so happy that I finally got to be able to do those things. Like I'm not perfect, but like I can say that okay, at least I can say okay, I can attempt, I can try, and I have attempted and I have tried and I've gotten them before. So yeah, so I felt really good. So orthopedics was I really learned in orthopedics. Like I learned a lot, but it made me like think about it like, oh, do I actually want to be an orthopedic surgeon? But nah, I'm letting go of that idea. I don't think that's gonna work. That's not gonna work. After orthopedics, I went to pediatric surgery. And anybody that knows me, like anybody that is my friend, anybody that knows me knows that I hate pediatrics. I hate pediatrics with everything in me. Like I don't want to say I hate children, but I don't like children. I don't like children that are not mine or that are not like part of my family, because some children can be really annoying and you can't discipline them because they are not yours. I think that's why I don't like children. And also I also don't like the fact that for children it's so hard to like know what is wrong with them. It's so hard to make them understand and everything. So like children are difficult. So from that my hatred for pediatrics, I didn't want to enter pediatric surgery. So in FMC Asaba, general surgery is compulsory, orthopedics is compulsory. So you do three weeks of this, then you either do urology or pediatric surgery. You don't get to choose. It's just wherever you find yourself. So is it that pediatric surgery or urology? And I landed in pediatric surgery, and it was for 2 weeks. So I kid you not, I was not interested from the beginning to the end. I was not interested because I I was not interested. I can't even explain how or what or why, but I just wasn't interested. But then the twist here was that pediatric surgery was the first unit that I assisted in a surgery. And it was actually very funny because that particular day it was our surgery day in pediatric surgery, and then I was like I had not eaten the whole day, And then I wanted to like after the first case or so, the first two cases, I wanted to like take excuse like, oh, let me go and quickly eat and come back. Because that was like, no, that I have to assist in that specific case. And I was like, oh god, may I not faint today? I was like, okay, let me just do it. And you guys, I assisted. So it was very scary, but I assisted. It was not a big surgery, just a new to me, but like I felt really good. I felt really good. I was like, ah, wow. So yeah, that's what pediatric surgery gave to me, and I was really happy about that. Another thing that pediatric surgery gave to me was I started lying on a child, like not like a baby, but like I think he was 7 or 8, around that age, but like he was a child. So I started lying for a child, and it's so just once. It just went once. Like I tried just once, and I got it once. So that's what I'm happy about. That's what I'm happy about pediatric surgery. But the consultant is very like, I think that this is the first. It was the first consultant that I saw that would actually like take his time, sit down, and like teach is it's not just teaching the house officer, like teaching the registrar as well. So like he takes his time and like teaches. I feel like this man would make a very, very good teacher. Like he teaches you well, like in details, and even now asks you questions based on what he has taught, like in that moment. So like I feel like he's a really good teacher. So that's also what I like. Like he actually taught, and like he does it in a way that you will understand. And then he was also always open to questions, and he's always meticulous about everything he does. Like he doesn't even wait for, if in this country most people don't really see things as emergencies, but this man is literally like hands down always ready to take on emergencies first time. Doesn't give excuse, he doesn't, and he's a consultant. That's just the inspiring part. So I'll say kudos to him. I don't think I can say anybody's name here without their permission, but like, yeah, the very good consultant. I have to actually acknowledge that. If I was to, it's not possible, but if I was to ever specialize in pediatric surgery, this man would be a very good mentor. Like I can't even lie about that. It's going to be a very, very good mentor, but that's not going to happen. But okay. So after pediatric surgery, I went to plastic surgery. I was very unhappy when I was entering plastic surgery. Like I said, there are units that you have to choose between. So it was either you enter plastic surgery or neurosurgery. And the thing is that I hate neurosurgery. Like I really hate neurosurgery. Anything about the brain. I know like the brain is like the most important. Is it even the most important? Say, like, but like the brain is a very important part of is a very important organ. Obviously, without the brain you can't function. But like I really hate neuro, anything concerning the brain and all this. I really hate it. Like I really hate it. Like from my preclinicals, I hated neuroanatomy. Like I loved anatomy itself, but you see neuroanatomy, I hated it. See neurophysiology, I hated it. Anything neuro like doesn't sit right with me. I don't like neuro. Anything neuro, it just confuses me, gives me headache, a whole ass big ass headache. So between plastic surgery and neurosurgery, I was not happy that I was going to be going to plastic surgery, but I was still happy that it was plastic surgery and not neurosurgery. Why I didn't want to like enter plastic surgery because of the workload and everything, because generally in almost every center, plastic surgery has a lot of patients. They always have a lot of patients. Like you can be seeing like 30-40 patients. I'm not even joking, like 30-40 patients. But the thing now with plastic surgery is that I had interest from school in plastic surgery. I don't know because of my let me block this one ASAP. So I had interest in plastic surgery from school. I don't know if it's because of my consultants that was teaching them, but it made things very, very enjoyable. Like I said, I can't say anybody's name on here, but those that went to my school, Gregory University, you guys know who I'm talking about. When I entered plastic surgery, another depressing thing was that they had almost 30 patients as of that time, and I was the only house officer. Can you guys imagine how it is to be the only house officer in plastic surgery unit? I was the only house officer. God, you guys, I was not having it. Like it was horrible. Like it was very, very horrible. But then the crazy part is that after I passed through that unit, I started like I'm seriously considering doing residency in plastic surgery, because plastic surgery is such a beautiful unit. Like I can't even describe it, but I feel like I found love. Like from the very beginning, I've never been interested in practicing medicine and the rest. But you guys, after going through plastic surgery, like I can say I found love. Like I think I found what I actually love. Like I genuinely love plastic surgery. Like it's so beautiful. And when I assisted, okay, this was the second unit I assisted in surgery for. I assisted in a wound debris, a surgical wound debris, and you guys, like I saw the wounds close up. Like I could appreciate slough, I could appreciate scar, the necrotic tissues, like all in one place. Like I could see granulation tissue, everything all in one wound. Like it was so fascinating, it was so beautiful. Like I know it sounds weird that I'm calling a wound, that I'm calling ulcers beautiful, but like just having to know them, like everything is just so practical. You don't need too much thinking, like it's what you are seeing. And now I think I want to be a plastic surgeon. Like that's like my top one now. I feel like I want to be a plastic surgeon. Like plastic surgery is so beautiful. The unit was very stressful, the workload was a lot, I'm not even going to lie. And I feel like it was mainly because I was the only house officer as of that time. I was the only house officer for like let's say 8 days. Yeah, for like 8 days I was the only house officer, and I was to spend 2 weeks in the unit. You guys, every day on my story, on my Snapchat story, I was always complaining about how plastic surgery wants to take my life, plastic surgery wants to take my life. Because that same week we had shortage of house officers, so I was on call like back to back. I had like 3 calls in 1 week. So imagine like being the only house officer in plastic surgery and still doing call. Like, and all my calls were casted. Like I was always having a busy call. Like there was no call that happened that was not busy. Like so that period was very, very stressful for me. I lost a lot of weight. I think I lost that period, I lost like 2 or 3 kg. That's to tell you how stressful it was, how bad the stress was. But it was a very beautiful unit. I enjoyed it. After leaving plastic surgery, I went to cardiothoracic unit, and well, it was okay. But I don't know if it's because let's say CTU is not really a CTU was not really a grounded part of my medical school. I think that's what I have to admit. We didn't do CTU posting, so like I didn't see like this CTU like a new thing to me, because it's not really something I really come across. Like it's not something I'm used to, it's not something I'm grounded in. So like it's just new to me, and I think I was just confused half of the time. But the senior reg there always like um let's say challenge, like makes you read and teaches you. So I think I genuinely just enjoy people that actively teach, like teaching. Like I really experienced this teaching and challenging in plastic surgery, pediatric surgery, and CTU. Those 3 units, I think I like just it was a very, very active thing. In plastic surgery, it's not possible for you to go through a day of plastic surgery and you are not asked at least 3 4 questions that day. Like it's not possible. Like it's really not possible. Like there's always something to be asked. That's just the funny thing. Like today I could be shown a picture and told, okay, grade this pressure ulcer. Like from the picture, grade is so this one is not, it's not even, oh, what you read. It's actually, it has to be what you see. You have to actually like really know it to answer the question. So like grade the thing now, use the picture I'm showing you, a real life picture, like a picture of a wound that they snapped. Yeah, grade this thing. So like I was always being challenged. And the funny thing is that true, I didn't even have time to read. Like I could not really read a lot. Like I could not even read during plastic surgery rotation. Like I could not read, there was no time to read. Like I was always on 3 4 hours sleep, because I had to be doing something in the ward, maybe like doing rounds, or have to check on patients for surgery, like different things. So I didn't really have time to read. So like everything was just from mostly my head. I think I read a night before entering the units, but after that night I did not actively read anything. Like most things were just like coming from my head. I don't know if because I genuinely loved plastic, so everything just like flowed. If I didn't know it, I didn't know it, but if I knew it, like I would talk about it. You can the doctor can just come and be like, okay, tell me how to grade diabetic foot ulcer. And then I think one very like you learn a lot. Like I think it was in the unit that I also found out that the popular grading for diabetic foot ulcer, which is the Wagner grading, was not the only grading system. We literally have lots more. I didn't know about that. We have PDs, we have Simbad, we have Texas classification. Like there's just a lot of classifications, but like I think us we just like narrowed our heads to just reading about Wagner classification. So there are a lot of things I learned in plastic surgery, a lot of procedures I saw, and I was just like, I have to be a plastic surgeon because what such a beautiful unit. I'm not even going to die. So you guys, that's my experience of my rotation throughout surgery. So yeah, so it's a very nice experience, but I don't think it's something I expected or something I could have seen that was coming. And I'm not even going to lie to you guys, I was very stressed. Like this department stressed me. But then the funny thing is that in this FMC Asaba, surgery department is actually like the chillest department ever. Like chillest department out of the four of them, and it's just crazy because what do you mean this is the chillest and I almost lost my life? Because what do you actually mean? So it's quite crazy. Like it's actually quite crazy. Like, but I'm very grateful for the experience. If I was to go through the exact same units I went through, I would not even think twice about it. Like I'll still go through them because I met very amazing people. I met very nice seniors. Like nothing is better than like being welcomed by your senior doctors. Like that's just very. I entered units where the registrars, senior registrars, and consultants were very nice, calm people. So I think that's it for me. So you guys can. I know you will be like, but you're saying you went through a lot. Look at you, you're shining. I'm shining now because as I'm making this video I'm making at the moment, I just finished my leave and I'm already entering my second department. So that's why I have gone to do my hair. I look nice. I look good, but I almost lost my life. And the next department I'm entering is the worst department in this house job. But when I'm done with that one, I know we have a lot to say. But you guys will be here to get all the tea. So yeah, you guys should check on the people you know that are doing house job because it's actually not easy. I don't know how most people can do it so well. Ever since I started this house job, I've not really been going out. I've literally turned to an introvert because I just want to be inside my room, sleeping, doing something, just like resting. Like I've literally not gone out in this house job. I can't tell how many times I've gone out like for like maybe like party or get together. And it's only twice. One was almost when I was finishing surgery, and the second was during my leave, after finishing surgery. So there was really no time or interest for me to like go out, have fun. You get like there was always something. I just had to be using the time I had to be resting or preparing for the next day or for the next week or for the next unit. Like there's always something to be done. So that's it, guys. That's my experience on house job so far. My 3 months. If it's just know that once you've started, you can't say you want to stop. Like I don't want to admit this online, but I just have to be real with you guys. This is not the one that you wake up and you be like, oh, I don't feel like going for posting today. Oh, I'm tired. You cannot say that one though. Like this one, you cannot even say you are tired. You can't choose to not go to work. Like if you go to work, there are high chances of you getting extra call or you getting an extension. So this is not like medical school. Like you cannot like the stress. That's what I'm talking about. The stress. Like I'm not used to this like by force stress. Like you don't even have a choice. Like you just have to do it. And it's just really fascinating. Like wow, so this is what doctors do all the time. Like how do they even cope? Like it's a lot, but yeah, I think I've said more than enough. So this is my 2 cents on my experience. your own experience might be different, another person's experience might be different, but this is my own experience. So yeah, so you guys, this is 25% of me becoming a medical officer. To make this our job thing interesting, I decided that every time I finish a posting, I'm going to be getting myself a cake. You guys, this is the cake. It has 25% MO written on it. So, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for staying till the end. Don't forget to support me in any way you can. Like my video, comment, ask questions, share, anything you can do. It doesn't take anything. So yeah, thank you guys so much. See you guys in my next video. Bye.